Hello everybody, this is Mr. Momobot and welcome to another one of my action figure reviews. Today we're going to be looking at this guy, which is the, I think, the NECA Series 6, I think? Series 6 of Alien AVP figures. So this is the Grid Alien. Pretty sure it was Series 6, but I don't remember quite. But either way, this guy is super awesome. So go buy it. Well, you know, if you're not a fan of Alien, or AVP, I mean, you probably won't, which is fine. My hope is that they're gonna add this same articulation to, like, you know, the big chap alien or the aliens, which means we'll have to buy more of them, but I'm willing to do it to a certain degree, I think. So yeah, but for now, this is the best alien they've probably made, basically. I mean, right when I got him out of the packaging, the tail was already curled like this. It's just that it was like, you know, between his legs. But I just twisted it around and made him go in this crouch pose, and I haven't really changed it much. So, but this guy looks pretty awesome. You know, almost, you know, any pose you put him in, and that's really great. I'm really happy about that. So let's, why don't we just get on with this review and look at the articulation, which I'm not too afraid of actually showing that on here, on this figure, because unlike the Predator figures from AVP, this guy doesn't have any fragile pieces on him, other than just himself. No accessories or anything. Which is interesting that they're the same price, but they don't come with anything. So, kind of weird, but, you know, it's still an awesome figure. So let's go over the articulation real quick. So, he's got that's another thing. This is a problem with most of the figures, I think. The heads pop off relatively easy if you go too far back like this. Which is unfortunate, because that means if they made it a little different, like sculpted slightly different, they could have made it where he looks all the way back, or up, basically. He looks pretty far up, but could look more if they had trimmed a little bit of stuff. His head is acting really strange right now. It's kind of loose right now. That's not good. See, that's pretty nice right there. It's not the best, but it's kind of, you know, pretty good compared to other figures that they've made. So the head is on a double ball joint, one in the neck, one in, well, the bottom part of the neck, and you can look all the way around, basically. I'm not gonna do that though. And look up, and oof, the down is not too good, honestly. Which, I don't remember them looking down too much in AVP, so they've mostly crouched most of the time, so I guess it's not bad, but I'm pretty sure there was at least one scene he was looking down. Oh well. Then his arms have a hinge that makes them go out like that and down, then double ball joint, or not ball joint, double hinge elbows, which is great, and also swivels on both sides, actually. So that's kind of interesting. It swivels more at the bicep right here. Boop, boop. That's pretty good. And then the hands rotate. They also go, you know, in and out or up and down, whatever. And then the fingers, these two fingers, or kind of four technically, but these move. That's pretty awesome. That's just another thing they've added to the Alien, I guess. Obviously, they haven't done that very often. Actually, they haven't done that yet, so that's really cool. And then his hips, let me get this, go out, in and out, and you know, that could be better, but they go forward very far, by the way. They start kind of bowing out because, you know, the sculpt, it's kind of like a swivel, normal swivel joint eventually, but they go pretty far forward like this. That's pretty good. And back, they probably can like this, but yeah, okay, so they can't really go back normally. Then he's got double jointed knees, just like the elbows, and it also swivels up here, if it'll do it. It's kind of a stiff figure, at least mine is, except the head, of course. And then the freaking ankles are ball joints, so it has a nice range of motion there. And then the toes move, and that's not really a new spot, but it's very nicely sculpted, very nicely done. And that's about it for articulation. Of course, the tail can bend and stuff because it's on in a wire, or a wire is inside the tail. It can also swivel at the base of the tail, so that's good. Sorry, it's back upside down, but I kind of like how it looks. So let's do some quick size comparisons. Here we have Ripley from Alien, which I never reviewed. I don't know if I'll do that, but I don't know, I might. So, pretty big. So he's really tall. I would almost say taller than a normal alien. So he's pretty darn tall. And then let's bring over a Predator from AVP, which I'm being very careful about. And wow, look at that. I mean, the Predators are even bigger than normal, slightly bigger. And that guy is taller, so that's pretty cool. But then again, they're mostly crouched in AVP. So yeah. But he's a big alien. So yeah. And then let's see what he looks like compared to his oldest brother. Well, here is the AVP-R alien, the AVP Requiem alien. That looks more akin to the Aliens just because of the head, but that's about it. Just looks crappy, this lighting. But as you can see, they're almost the same height. The only reason why this guy isn't, because he can't, you know, put his legs straight up. So, but if you couldn't tell, this sculpt is, man, this guy is dusty. This sculpt is basically the same. They've made quite a few little tiny things, some bigger than other, you know, adjustments to make it look different, which makes sense because the AVP ones looked a little different from AVP-R, though not much different, I don't think. But the necks have that weird thickness to them, which I've always found extremely strange looking. And honestly, I don't really like that too much, but I kind of like it and don't like it. It's kind of a weird situation. But they both have that, except the fact that this guy has kind of different designs inside of it. And yeah, this one looks more fleshy, and this one does look a little more mechanical in the neck anyway. And that's about it. Also, I forgot to add the articulation point. This guy's jaw can open, so that's really cool. It doesn't open quite as wide as other figures recently, so in a way I kind of like that. I don't think you could see that, but either way, the tongue does come out, but I have yet to do so. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it can. Just, I guess I should, but I can't, because it's really stiff right now, so I won't. And the thing that this disappointed me with this figure a long time ago when I got it, I thought it was going to have the same amount of articulation kind of in the shoulder as maybe the Grid Alien. It has a ball joint in the shoulder, which is interesting, which it broke when I was reviewing it, so yeah. But this guy is basically what I wanted back then. So that's good, I guess. I've always wanted an alien that can actually look like it's crawling. This still kind of struggles to do so, though. If they made it where the head doesn't pop off, for one, and the head could go farther back and forward, look down more, that would be nice. That would be great. But they didn't do that quite. But it's still pretty damn good. And the details are fantastic. They use a blue, kind of blue and black paint job. And it's pretty good, except for the fact that his jaw is very blue, and then it changes from very blue to kind of more black, less blue on his head in general, so that's kind of annoying. There's another version of this guy, basically just a normal one, that's called a Warrior Alien, and it has a different head, and it doesn't have the grid. It looks really awesome, and it's probably looks more like this one, silver, except better, because this looks kind of bland, honestly. Sorry, NECA, but that paint job, though, it's, I don't know. I mean, this technically is kind of similar. It only has like 3 colors in it or something, but it still works really good. And I love that, so, yeah. This guy is the dog alien, and, he was the first to be able to crouch, basically, very nicely. And I have him on the stand, so yeah. But, his color scheme's pretty simple, too. Black and brown. But it looks very great, and the head looks very nice if you could actually see what's inside of there. You can, kind of, but yeah, it looks fantastic, though. That was the creme of the creme for NECA in terms of this, 7-inch ones. The Queen, I guess, kind of started the whole really, really good quality Alien figures, I think. I mean, technically there was the Aliens, Warrior, and the the big chap, which I do like a lot. I think the big chap I like a little more. I didn't really like the Aliens figures they made a while back. Hopefully they do new ones based on big chap and Aliens that have the same articulation as this guy. That would be awesome. But, yeah. They just keep getting better and better with their figures. It's funny, too, because these are all based on movies, except the Aliens one, of course, the Queen, but she's sort of an exception since she's so huge. But when this came out, obviously this is based on Alien 3, which isn't as popular as Alien or Aliens, but they blew it out of the water. They did fantastic. And then same thing with the AVP figures. This looks great. I love the shininess of the dome, and the fact that it's, you know, sculpted in is very nice. It's not sculpted in on the shoulders, but it's very nicely painted that you can't really tell. And the blood on the grid, you know, the green, has some lighter and darker greens, kind of a yellowish actually. So it's not just one green color. It's really nice looking. I really appreciate that. Let me show you the package real quick, or the package art. This was in the back of the box, of course. Very much like the original McFarlane figures in terms of the look. Very nice. Now the back is very NECA. This is not how like McFarlane did their stuff, which is fine. It's NECA now, so yeah. But it's still the aesthetics. Which there is the, you know, warrior. And there's also this weird translucent figure of the big chap, which is pretty cool, I guess. It kind of reminds me of the Prometheus figures in terms of the engineers, which I really like, and I kind of wish they didn't cancel the freaking Prometheus figures, even though the movie wasn't that great for an Alien movie. It's still a nice movie to watch in a way, but definitely the pacing is a little weird. Anyway, instead of going off on a tangent with that, I really like this figure. So if you are a fan of that AVP movie, you are gonna love this. This is a super awesome figure. It's too bad that these came out so far away from the actual movie. Sure, McFarlane made theirs, but again, theirs wasn't quite accurate. They used most of the parts from the Resurrection Aliens, which is the same ones actually. You know, like in the movie AVP, they reused the basic like these things on the side, on the backs, definitely originated from Resurrection. This kind of body type did, but there's tweaks and stuff they did that do look different. But McFarlane just kept it kind of the same. They just reused the same figures. So, and I guess they tweaked it a little with the grid and stuff and paint jobs, but that's about it. But this is very nicely accurate, except the tail. On this guy, when he got the grid, his tail was cut off in the movie. But honestly, I'm fine with it, because if I'm not gonna get that warrior alien, I like to have a full, you know, new figure. It's too bad that I won't be able to get the warrior alien, because the dome on it looks so good. It's just like, wow, that looks awesome. But I'm very happy with this one. I've been actually, whenever I go into the front room to watch something or anything, I've been carrying around this guy and just putting him on the table next to me. Crouched over, of course, with that cool pose I had earlier. But yeah, I really like this guy. I wish I could carry the Predators around more often, kind of like this guy, but man, they have so many accessories and little things on them. Very fragile. But, either way, I digress. I love this figure, and if you liked the AVP movie, definitely, you should check these out. Go to the store, wherever you can possibly find them anyway, and take a look at them. They're really cool. And for some reason, especially in my video, cameras, and even looking through the packaging, on hand does not do these figures justice. Mostly on the Predators, actually, but even with this guy. Although he looked pretty good in his package, but yeah. I don't know, there's something about it. You have to get it out of the package in order to look at how great these guys are. So, yeah, I'm happy I got these for my birthday. I guess, till next time. Sorry, this ain't great. In fact, I might just do this over again. But I wanted to make this video in time for Facehugger Friday. So I'll upload this on Facehugger Friday to celebrate, well, Alien and Facehugger Friday.